another episode of HR Unlocked with Abby.
And I'm AJ.
Perfect. So AJ, how you doing today?
Abby, I'm good. So I started this workout camp, or this is like kind of boot camp,
Right.
Superstore. And did I tell you I hate the gym? Really hate the gym.
Me
Yep.
too,
Yeah.
honestly.
I go 3 times a week.
Wow.
And I just hate it so much.
But listen, it's good for you. I need to go. You need to invite me next time.
All right. You say you're good? Doing okay?
Yeah, doing well. It's a new week. We're happy we're here. We're
Yep.
blessed. So can't
Hallelujah. Yeah.
can't complain. But I think I got a new game for us today.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you
What you got?
know, marry, kill, or love.
Love. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I know that one.
So let's do that, but
Okay.
let's do it. Put an HR twist on it. Let's
Okay.
do hire, fire, or promote.
Okay. That's good.
Okay. So do you have anybody in mind? Maybe let's do 3. Let's talk about it. I think that could be kind of fun.
Okay. I got 3.
Okay.
Yep. You ready?
Yeah, I'm here.
So let's do Dwayne The Rock Johnson. You know
Okay.
who that is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Let's do Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, love
Yeah.
her.
Tammy.
Tammy.
And Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey. That's okay. That's a good lineup.
So you go first.
Ooh, okay. So I think I would fire Melissa McCarthy. Not because she's a great time. She is a great time.
Oh,
but
she's
I think
my favorite.
there'd be some HR violations in there that we don't want to
There'll be
unpack.
absolute HR violations. Absolutely. Yeah.
And see, with The Rock and Steve Harvey, I love them both. They both have great backgrounds. I think they're both great businessmen. They've definitely proved that they, could exceed in a corporate background.
Okay.
But I think I would probably promote Steve Harvey
Okay.
because I just feel as though, I don't know, just through his interactions and the way that he is able to relate with folks, it's a positive thing for sure.
Yeah.
And then I would hire Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you? It's a tough one. I know.
It's a tough one. In the interview process, I would definitely hire Melissa.
You would, yeah. Her personality would be
like,
very
it was just
good.
one of those it's like you can't not.
I know.
No, she'll be
She's
great.
a good time.
I think I have to terminate Steve Harvey.
What?
He do too much talking.
Yeah, okay.
Some all that
he is-
talking.
yeah.
You're not working. You're just talking, trying to
Well,
inspire.
it depends on what the career path or like the job that we're interviewing for, right?
No.
You don't think so? I think you would be a great manager. Very motivational.
No, we appreciate Steve Harvey. You do a great job. I mean, have me on your show. Come get us.
Yeah, absolutely.
However, in our organization, you can't work it. Thank you though. We appreciate it, and I would definitely promote The Rock. I mean, so I used to be a really heavy WWE fan back in the day.
Can you smell what The Rock's cooking?
I mean, no,
Can you?
I never could smell it, but I just think his personality is great, smiles great. I'm not gonna work out like you, but we'll appreciate it. You appreciate everything you do. So yeah, I think I would promote him.
Yeah.
So Melissa, definitely hire her.
Wow.
Steve Harvey, sorry man, you gotta go.
You don't see Melissa's gonna have some HR violations. I'm just gonna tell you off the bat.
And she will, and we'll have to terminate her. Probably.
But you really take the risk.
Yeah,
You could go the other way too.
Yeah, I'll take the risk on her.
Got you.
Sorry, Steve, you just too much talking. But The Rock, we're gonna promote you to CEO.
See, yeah, it could be.
Board of directors, he's just,
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Cool.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a fun little game.
Yeah.
We wanted to add a little bit of twist to it.
Yeah.
But I think this episode too, we want to unpack
Okay.
how we got here.
Unpack. We love that.
I know.
Yeah. So, how do we get into HR? That's a very interesting story. Should I go first?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So it all started on a very sunny afternoon. Okay, so I used to work 3 jobs, right?
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I was as my friends would call me a Jamaican. But I worked 3 jobs and went to school.
Mm-hmm.
Super busy person. Loved it. I love being busy.
Yeah.
And I worked at this place called Chuck E. Cheese, and I don't know if it's still around. But Chuck E. Cheese, and that was like my kind of like my main job, and I was a party coordinator at the time. And my mentor, shout out to Jasmine, she was getting her master's, I think, in HR, and the GM approached me from Chuck E. Cheese, like, "Hey, can you find me some good people? Do you know, are your friends hired? Do they want a job, whatever?" And I said, "Yeah." So I prepped them for the interview.
Got you.
You know, I looked at their little resume.
Yeah, gave some
Wait,
pointers.
why we put "little" at the end of everything? Why I got to be a little
I
resume?
don't know. It was a whole resume.
You know, like your little job, your little shoes.
It comes from our parents. You know, your mom's like your little friend.
You know, that's it. Mother, I know you're watching.
Shout out to mama.
Shout out to greetings. So he said, "Hey, find me some people." So I said, "Great." So I did. I prepped him. I told him what to wear.
Right.
You know, I prepped him for the questions. So Jasmine said, "Hey, that's HR recruiting."
Yeah, for sure.
And I was like, "Okay, I kind of like this."
Absolutely.
Disclaimer: I do not like recruiting.
Shout out to all our recruiting.
We love you guys. We appreciate you, because I don't want to do it.
Absolutely, I get you
But
there.
I can do it. I can, but it's just not my fan favorite.
Yeah.
So I did that. So she was like, "Hey, you know, that's HR." So prior to HR though, I was pharmacy.
Like
I wanted to be a pharmacy tech.
Okay, so
or
you went,
pharmacy technician.
so
Or
you started your undergrad as
yeah.
okay, gotcha.
And I wanted to be a pharmacist, so I became a pharmacy technician at CVS, and I quickly discovered it wasn't for me. It was a little boring. Mother Sue and Sister Diane came in, you know, wanting their medicine,
Gotcha.
and I couldn't pronounce most of it.
Yeah.
So you know, the normal simple ones I could do.
Absolutely, yeah.
But you know, all those syllables, you know,
Yeah, it gets a little drawn out.
The words,
For sure.
I don't know what.
And memorizing that again, it's a lot. Memorizing every single thing.
Yeah, absolutely
Wow.
not. So became a pharmacy technician. I was like, yeah, this is not for me. So when I discussed, hey, how about HR? Like, I really liked what I was doing, and changed my major to HR.
Wow.
And here we are. Started in automotive manufacturing. We started there together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And got a lot of my experience from there. It was a great experience. I mean, working 12 to 14 hours a day, recruiting, investigations, the employee engagement, the benefits and leave that got thrown on us both.
Oh, absolutely. The travel,
going from warehouse to plant 1 to plant 2, and it was a time. I lost, I know, about 12 pounds my first few weeks.
Oh, for sure. Just the walking alone. You're not sitting in one spot. Never.
Yeah.
Which is also part of what the benefit. Like,
and
I love it. I'm not
what
bored.
we touched on our last episode was that engagement and that building those relationships.
Right.
So yeah.
See, and it's a health benefit to it.
So then, you know, I moved on to another automotive manufacturer, and then I went to food manufacturing distribution, which that was fun. Then I went to QSR for a food chain, Southern food chain. Then, so it's been a very good experience. When I was in college, I did a little banking in HR, so I had an internship, so that was fun. So it was a really good time.
Yeah.
I loved my experience. How about you?
Okay.
So was HR your first degree? Like, what did you want to do first? Like when you were growing up as a kid?
Yeah. So for me, HR was not. It really wasn't on my radar that much, honestly. I went into college and I was a human development major. I thought I wanted to be a teacher, maybe a social worker. I knew I wanted to work with people. I came from a big family, so like for me, I always had an interest in like engaging and talking to people. So I went into college kind of like, okay, let's see what we can do. You know, took my coursework and everything like that, and I loved it. I love my like psychology and, you know, development courses, learning like the different life cycles and things like that. So when I graduated, I was like, okay, what now?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, well, I went all this work. I you know, mama, I made it, you know, but like I need to apply that somewhere.
Yep.
So At the time I was in Tuscaloosa. I graduated from the University of Alabama, so I just kind of was on the job search.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. But I was on the job search, and I came across an opportunity to be a recruiter. It was part-time.
Wow.
Yeah, it was part-time. And it was at a engineering like recruiting firm. So
Okay.
basically they would hire employees and place them at different facilities.
Okay.
That's basically the core of their
Yeah.
their entire organization.
Okay.
So with that, it was a part-time job, and they really enjoyed me. I really didn't have a lot of direction, so to speak. I really did a lot of research and development myself on like what does recruiting look like.
Yeah.
But I was really good at it. I found like having natural conversations with people were really fun, and then also like seeing the cycle of talking to somebody, getting them prepared for an interview, actually them landing the job.
Oh, wow.
I still have contacts and people that reach out to me and say, you know, this position changed my life. I'll never forget it. Like,
Yes.
you know, I really enjoyed working together.
That's what it's about.
You're right, and they follow you from, you know, different places.
Yep.
Keeping those connections.
Yeah.
So that's where I started within HR. From there, I ended up as well in automotive manufacturing. That's the majority of my career as well.
Yeah.
Even within the engineering firm, majority of the placements were within the auto industry.
Okay.
So that's where I met AJ.
Yeah.
I would say that was my first like full time big girl job.
That's right.
And like he said, it was not easy. We were put through kind of a lot for sure,
Yeah.
but it was a great learning opportunity too.
Shout out to that team.
I
Shout out
know,
to
the whole team was
the
great.
team.
We really came together and
Yeah.
we made it happen.
Yeah, we did. We did. We were the team, literally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. I really that time really formed me as an HR professional in a lot
Absolutely.
of ways. I think that I'm so grateful for kind of being put through. I hate to say put through. That's not the right term, but for kind of going through those experiences because it really helped me in my career later.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The long hours, the you know, being exposed to all aspects of HR. We were a part of operations. We were safety. We were everything. We were all in that plant together. Like we were getting calls, you know, all the time. We were the go-to for pretty much everything in the plant, for sure.
Wow. That brings back so many memories. And
great one.
and before you say anything else, shout out to Troy University. Go Trojans, because that's where I graduated from. I mean, you kind of put it in there. Didn't know we were going that route. But yeah, so my Troy advisor or HR professional or professor, Dr. Finley, really shaped me in the HR space. He prepared me. Got out of college, I went straight to an HR job, which is unheard of.
Right.
Graduated in May, get your first big job, right? Big boy job.
Big boy job.
In June. That is unheard of.
Absolutely.
Right?
And I remember when you interviewed.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
when you walked
Man.
in and
Yeah.
I was just like, oh boy. Welcome.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But I can tell that you were eager. And
Yeah.
I think I remember even speaking to our boss at the time. He was like, what do you think of this person? I was like, he seems eager and ready to go. And we need
And I was
that.
I was ready to hit the ground running. And we definitely did that. But he prepared not only myself, but you know, the students for real life HR. Like he gave us, you know, really good examples of what he's experienced.
Right.
And I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Because can you really train in HR? I mean, you can train on the systems, right?
Yes, absolutely.
You can train on
The law.
the policies
Yeah.
and the laws, and you can learn those things. But I can't, and I do this in my trainings, my leadership trainings. I can't train your teacher to care about people. I can't train or teach you how to treat somebody right. You know, I can tell you this is what you should do, but it has to be inside you, right?
Right.
And I think part of that is how I landed here is I want to be the leader or a leader that someone brags about. And I want to hear, or I want somebody to say, "Oh, you know him? I know him too."
Absolutely.
You know,
This is my
this
experience
is
with them. This is how I
exactly.
know that,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
the
And
connection.
I think that's a big part of HR. Is a big part of being a leader, because I too have people that followed me or I followed them, and say, "Hey, you know, without you."
Yeah, I wouldn't be where I was right now.
And that's such a huge part of who we are, like
For
you and
sure.
I. And I think that's how HR leaders should be. Is you want to make a positive impact on someone's life.
And it's also at the core of it, HR is a caring profession.
Exactly.
People don't see it as that,
Yeah.
but it really is a caring profession. Good HR cares about people.
And if you don't care about people, exit.
Yes, please. Because, I've also experienced bad HR leadership. I've also experienced bad, HR peers who
Yep.
probably shouldn't be doing what they're doing.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure it's the same with many other fields,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But it's to
Absolutely.
me, it's like if you're not, again, if you're not seeing it as a helping profession, then you're not,
Yeah.
your mindset isn't there.
Yeah.
For
Exactly.
sure.
And to all the people who say, "Oh, HR, we just hire and fire," that's absolutely not the case. I mean, there's so many facets of HR, right?
But think about what happens. Even not every employment relationship is going to end in a firing, right?
Right.
It could end in you moving on to a better opportunity or maybe at an organization that can offer you more.
Exactly.
That's the ideal,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or you stay and retire with them. That could also be a good idea.
That's great.
But think about all that happens between when you are hired and when you leave an organization.
Exactly.
All of that is HR too.
Yeah.
Like
All
the
of it.
connection,
Yeah.
all of that is
Yeah.
HR.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's so many different departments in HR, right? Or disciplines. There's recruiting, right?
Yeah.
There's learning and development. There's
Oh, yeah.
training. There's payroll. There's
benefits,
benefits,
comps.
and
Yeah.
comp. There's total rewards, if we want to
Mm-hmm.
put all that in that category. There's employee relations. One,
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
all of that is part of HR, and I think sometimes people
Mm-hmm.
or people who really don't know miss all of that. Like we all work together to create this one employee to get you hired.
Mhm.
We all got to work together.
Yeah, and to keep you engaged
Yep,
and
be
you know,
successful. And
yeah,
we all have
and
to
drive
work
these initiatives that
Yep.
are important. And I know a lot of the times, even another thing too. I mean, sidebar, but another thing too, I want to definitely put on the forefront is we are employees too.
bingo.
We are also employees. So like I think people have this idea of like, oh no, you're at an upper echelon. Don't get me wrong. I understand. Like we have a lot of information that we know
Yeah.
naturally.
Yeah.
But we also are
Part of our job.
employees.
Yep.
So like if for me, and I have been a part of organizations sometimes, unfortunately, that didn't align with my moral compass, didn't align with,
Yep.
seeing HR as that helping profession.
Yep.
It's more been like HR, you do what I ask you to do.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
Yeah.
So when that happens, what happens naturally is I part ways.
Yeah. Yeah. And to that point, and I want to make this very clear to all of our colleagues and HR professionals. There's always this talk, and luckily I haven't heard it as much. But when we were in HR, especially at our organization, we were there together.
Yeah.
HR didn't have a seat at the table.
Oof.
But I feel, and I want to hear your thoughts on this. At the end of the day, HR is the table, right? We built it. Without us, right?
Yeah.
There would be nobody sitting around the table because why?
Wouldn't.
We had to recruit them.
We had to, yeah.
Right? We had to source them.
Mm-hmm.
We had to recruit them. We had to.
And we had to
you
tell them,
know what I
hey,
mean?
this is a good
We
organization.
had
This
to promote the we had to
is,
sell it to
yeah,
them,
we
right?
absolutely do.
So for me, we've always had the seat. We built the table.
For sure. You just
We
may
are
not
the
see
foundation.
us, but we're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We, to me, are the foundation, right, of how we all got around the table. Right? So they should definitely treat us that way. And I think a lot has changed
For
over
sure. I mean, even the movement from
6 or 7 years.
Yeah, I think a movement as well, even including the term HR business partner. I think,
That's it.
for
Yep.
a lot of our, HR folks, you see that term being utilized more in job postings and things. And I feel
Absolutely.
like that is so accurate. You are a business partner.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, to me, and not to say, a generalist title isn't accurate or correct, but I think the business partner really just encompasses all that HR is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that's what we are, business partners.
we really are.
Our conversations are not always HR related per se.
No.
We have insight, or we can provide insight on the business because we have a different perspective, right?
For sure.
It's not always the operational perspective.
Mm-hmm.
There's a people component that, on the outside, you are only thinking about for operational leader. You're only thinking about the operation, right? But if we can encompass the people component alongside the operation, there's maybe a different perspective we can all unpack, right? We can always try to align ourselves with those words.
And
align
even
ourselves
thrive.
with-
Because,
yeah.
I mean, even if you think about it this way, let's say an organization wants to open up a new business in somewhere in California, right? And they're thinking, okay, the operations team is saying we're going to have a really great profits. All these things are aligning perfectly. It's a great area.
Yep.
But you think about the business side of it and you're like, well, okay, what is that cost going to look like in that area?
Yep.
Are we really going to be making the profits that we think we are if we can't attract the right talent?
Can
if
we
we're not,
pay them
can we
properly?
pay them? Absolutely. So
That's it.
you can have a great business plan, but if you're leaving HR out of it, again, to echo back to what you said, it can cause your organization to fall.
Then they want to come get us, hello, somebody, and say, "Ooh, help."
Okay.
And we said we should have been included in the
From the
beginning.
beginning, because we would have told you, hey, maybe that wasn't the best
Yeah,
location.
let's try something else.
Yeah, or maybe this is not the best, business plan or strategy that you're going to take on at all.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree. Like we definitely are the foundation.
Yeah.
We are the foundation.
And I'm so happy that we met, right? And
Mm-hmm.
and there's another person who. Hello,
Shall not be
Yeah.
named.
That was also part of it. Like it was us three, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And happy we're here and we're connected.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a question.
Yeah.
We've talked about kind of how we started, where we are, where we've been going, and how HR has been evolved, and the business partner role, and how it's strategic and
Mm-hmm.
partner with the operational team and the finance team, and
Yeah.
we're part of the business. We're partnering. So, what shocked you the most about HR? Like when you first, getting your feet wet, what was like, whoa?
That is a great question,
Yeah.
honestly. I think it was several things for me. It wasn't just one thing. I think in my mind, what I thought HR does, it's kind of like, the meme that goes around. It's like, what my mom thinks I do, what my
Yeah.
boyfriend thinks I do, what I
Yeah.
actually do.
Yeah.
It's like, I think people see us at a desk with a bunch of papers
Yep.
and we are just, paper.
Oh, and
just
party planners. My God, today.
Oh gosh, absolutely. Which we are in a way.
Yeah,
I love a good engagement activity.
we love engagement. We love engagement.
Okay,
Absolutely.
but it's not all we do.
Yeah,
that's
maybe 10%.
Yeah.
I mean, organizations, they should engage more with the people. I mean, they should do more stuff.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think
But
that engagement activities are great, and
that's not it.
Yeah, but it's not it. There's so much more that happens outside of that. So I think for sure, I thought that we were just going to be paper pushers in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's not the case. So that kind of shocked me. Definitely there is paperwork that is involved with
Absolutely.
HR.
A lot of it.
Don't think that you're going to go into HR without paperwork, because that's part of it.
Yeah.
But of course, also, like when I say paperwork, at least within my organization right now, it's all being digitized.
Yeah.
So we are not
As it should
the
be.
old school, the Rolodex
Yeah.
and the big file cabinets. Like, remember in Bruce Almighty?
Oh,
when
my
the file
God.
cabinet comes out.
How about the paper I-9s?
Oh no, we
Oh,
do that
my
all
God.
online right now,
Yeah.
so it's excellent. It's been a process though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, old school versions of that was always paper pen.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's organizations that still do that, and
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
nothing. I mean,
But I think the future is online. The future is digital, and also just in terms of litigation purposes and things of that nature, let's keep it digital.
Yeah.
Much easier for me to search a name
Yep.
than me to go through a file from 2014.
and of course, it's all backed up on the cloud. We have those things in place where it won't disappear, right? We always have it. So let me tell you what shocked me the most. And it really shocked me because I was in a situation and I felt it. HR was not respected.
Oof.
Right? And we've shared that. We come in a room and our voice is unheard. We've given this recommendation, or what you think we should do,
Right.
and they're ignored. And then really, I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Like,
But we have to fix it though.
Right.
We have to fix
Yeah.
the problem,
Yeah.
so we can't have a say in how things,
and I think I put that hat on as like, I'm HR.
Yeah.
Listen.
Absolutely.
And they were like, we don't give a F.
And that's sad.
We're still doing what we want to do. And to your point, and we got to fix it. We got to pick up the pieces. We got to.
Because they will run to you so quick when the problem is on the forefront. It's like, help. Like, what can we?
Yeah, what can we do? How can we? No, we
Yeah.
told you what to do.
We told you what to do, and
Because
now
we're risk management. Hello.
yes, but now we're stuck with having to pick up the pieces.
Yeah. Yep.
And sometimes what they don't want to hear is it's kind of like there is when you drop like a glass or something, you can glue those pieces back together, right?
Yep.
is never going to be
They're going to be
to what it
exactly.
was.
Yep,
So
exactly.
they have to understand that too is, their fallacy. They need to take, ownership of that
Yeah.
and recognize it and
Yep.
then maybe learn from it because mistakes are going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that we've been talking a lot about, how we think we should listen. We're business partners and all of this, but there's definitely been a shift. I understand in organizations, especially older organizations that really didn't need HR.
Yeah.
In our modern day,
No
HR,
personnel.
yes. HR is not just payroll.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's
That's
not.
another
Yeah.
thing. They think it's like, well, as
Yeah.
long as I get paid, I'm
Yeah.
good. You're
Which
doing your
which that's
job.
very important.
It is. It's a huge aspect
We
of
need
it.
very good people in payroll.
Oh, absolutely. We all need to get paid.
Yeah, because
And I think
we're
every HR
employees too.
person plays an aspect, whether it's checking time cards, whether it is, validating,
I guess direct deposits.
yeah,
Or,
anything
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So those things are important, but it's again not all we do.
yeah, that's
So,
what we do.
I think again, just echoing back, it's okay to make those mistakes, but recognizing,
Yeah.
like, hey, that's a mistake, and next time, instead of letting it fall apart, let me keep it whole.
Absolutely.
Let's not try to get the glue out
Yeah. Right.
and piece of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a really good episode. I really hope the viewers and the listeners can get a better understanding first of where we started,
Yeah.
how we got here.
Mhm.
HR wasn't one of the first on our list because honestly, I don't think I knew what HR was when I was
Neither.
growing up. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew the big things.
sure.
I wanted to be a WWE superstar really bad, but I wanted to be like a wrestler. I wanted to be like a cowboy. I wanted
Yeah.
police. I think for like a split second, I wanted to be a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew what HR was. Even my jobs, I didn't think about. Oh, there's an HR department.
Yeah. No.
Chicken cheese. I didn't even.
Yeah. Well, here's another thing for me. And hate to interrupt, but for me, in any position, especially some of the entry level roles that I had prior to joining the corporate world,
Mhm.
I never saw HR.
Right. Yeah.
It was non-existent.
Yeah.
So to me, if I don't, and don't get me wrong, like you said, some career paths you're not going to see HR,
Not all the
right?
time. Yeah.
But if I don't feel like you're there,
Yep.
I don't think you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be honest.
What we said, I think last episode was perception is reality, right? You got to be present. You got to at least show your face a little bit. As we used to do, walk the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Let people see you.
Oh,
because
for sure. Formulate
they
some
don't-
relationships.
yeah.
Ask them, hey, how was your weekend? Just
Building those
check in
relationships.
with people.
Yeah.
Because that's how you also will find out the most information.
Yeah.
Speaking with people.
Just have a casual conversation.
Mhm.
Tell all your business. Some of
That's
it
why I told you
you
Steve
may not
Harvey
want to
would be
know.
great. He's going to talk.
Steve Harvey used to terminate my company. So, Abby, anything else?
No, I think that's all. It kind of wraps it up for us.
Yeah.
So
Thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Absolutely.
Another great episode.
yes.
Thank you so much for being here.
Mhm.
It's a pleasure having you. We love doing this. You
Mhm.
know, while this is our second episode, we've always had great conversations.
Yes.
So we decided, let's get in front of a camera
Mm-hmm.
and some mics and some lights
Yeah.
and some screens and some glasses and some pens. And we said, hey, let's talk about it. The conversations we have behind closed doors, on the phone
Mhm.
or in person or at dinner, 'cause we love to eat.
Love it.
Let's get people involved in the conversations.
Yeah.
And let's hear your thoughts. Let's hear your comments.
Mm-hmm.
Send us your HR complaints. Follow us on TikTok and X, formerly known as Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We want to get the attraction going because we want to go bigger and better. I think we can go on tour.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
HR professionals, business leaders,
Yeah.
employees. We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
We
We want some guests on the show as well.
Absolutely.
Definitely. If you have any interest in that, we'd love to
If
interview.
you want to be a guest? Come on. Let's go in the comments, get in our DMs.
Mm-hmm.
For guest purposes only, and send us an email.
Mm-hmm.
We want to hear from you. And is there anything else? Did I miss anything? Be a great viewer and listener.
Yes.
Give us rate.
5-star reviews. Give
Yeah,
us,
we need that
follow
stuff.
us. Absolutely. So
We
we
need
can
to-
keep doing this.
We get our word out.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, it's a little
Yeah.
pricey. We gotta pay.
Got to. But we're having fun
Yeah,
and we
we are.
appreciate all of you. So I guess until our next meeting.
Let's have a great week.